Come and meet me face to face. I'll eat Froch alive and I'll eat Bellew alive. And by the way...
Did you hear about John Fury losing his cool? Yeah, Tyson Fury's dad. Apparently, he went off after hearing some crazy rumors. Word is, Tyson, the Gypsy King, kicked his dad off his team after getting beat by Alexander Usyk. People are talking about unprofessional behavior, a messy corner, and even family drama. How did things get this bad? And what's next for the Fury family? The fight was held at the Kingdom Arena in Riyadh, and everyone had their eyes glued to it. Fury seemed confident, almost too confident. He was doing his usual showmanship, turning to the crowd, bobbing his head, and making hand gestures. But things didn't go as planned. Usyk, who was actually behind on the scorecards for a bit, turned things around in the 8th round. He caught Fury with some solid shots, and you could see the panic start to set in Fury's corner.
Everyone in the corner believed we were up. All I had to do was just keep boxing and doing what I was doing, and, I thought we was getting it, but...
Fury tried to brush it off in the post-fight press conference, saying he thought he'd done enough to win. He even suggested the judges sided with Usyk because of the ongoing war in Ukraine, which was quite a claim. But honestly, Usyk just outboxed him. It was a close fight, but Usyk was the better man that night. If you know anything about the Fury family, you know John is a character. He's always been super involved in Tyson's career, almost to a fault. During fight week, John was his usual intense self. But this time, it seemed to cross the line into unprofessional territory. There were rumors flying around that John's behavior was getting out of hand. He was causing scenes and it was pretty embarrassing. He even headbutted a member of Usyk's team, which is just insane. Froch, another boxing legend, blamed John for Tyson's loss, saying his antics in the corner were a big distraction. Imagine trying to focus on your coach's instructions while your dad is yelling over everyone. That's exactly what happened during the fight. John was shouting over Sugar Hill, Tyson's trainer, making it nearly impossible for Tyson to get clear instructions. A lot of people in the boxing world, including Michael Bisping, who's known for his sharp takes, were not happy with John's behavior. Bisping called the whole situation a disaster, and he wasn't wrong. The corner was a mess, and it definitely showed in Tyson's performance. The pressure, the distractions, it all seemed to get to him. To top it all off, after the fight, there was this explosive confrontation between John and Tyson. John was furious about the rumors that Tyson might fire him from the team. He confronted Tyson, and it wasn't pretty. The whole scene just added to the drama of an already intense fight week.
I don't know if it looked like it, but I was playing around, hands behind my back. I was enjoying it.
Apparently, during fight week, John was causing all kinds of chaos. He was involved in a pretty embarrassing incident where he headbutted a member of Usyk's team. Not a good look, especially when you're trying to focus on one of the biggest fights of your career. Some insiders were whispering that John's antics were a major distraction for Tyson. It's one thing to be passionate, but it's another to be a total distraction when your son needs to be in the zone. Froch, who's got a lot of respect in the boxing world, even blamed John for Tyson's loss. He said that John's behavior in the corner, shouting over Tyson's trainer, Sugar Hill, was a big reason why Tyson couldn't focus. Can you imagine trying to hear your coach's instructions while your dad is yelling his head off? It must have been a nightmare for Tyson. Sure, the boxing world loves a good drama, but is there any truth to these claims? A lot of the buzz started on social media, where things can get blown out of proportion pretty quickly. However, when you've got people like Froch and Michael Bisping weighing in, it makes you wonder. Froch has been pretty vocal about his opinions, and he's not one to throw around accusations lightly. He's got a solid reputation, so when he says that John's behavior was a problem, it's worth paying attention to. Michael Bisping also chimed in, calling the situation in Tyson's corner a complete disaster. Bisping is known for his no-nonsense takes, so his comments add some weight to the rumors. On top of that, there were reports from various boxing insiders suggesting that Tyson was seriously considering making some changes to his team after the fight. When you put all these pieces together, it starts to paint a pretty convincing picture. But here's the kicker, despite all the rumors, there hasn't been an official statement from Tyson or John Fury about the dismissal. It's all been speculation so far. Tyson did hint at some frustration in his post-fight comments, but he didn't directly address the rumors about firing his dad. It leaves us in this weird limbo where everyone's talking about it, but no one's confirming anything.
Yeah, maybe. And then going forward, I believe I won a few of the last rounds as well, so I'm not sure.
John's reaction was intense, to say the least. He confronted Tyson in a pretty dramatic face-off. There were reports that John stormed into Tyson's training camp demanding answers. He was shouting and pacing around, making it clear that he wasn't going to take this lying down. You can just imagine the scene. It must have been so tense with both of them glaring at each other, the air thick with anger and frustration. And it didn't stop there. John Fury had a lot to say, and he didn't hold back. One of his most memorable quotes from the confrontation was, "You think you can just get rid of me after all I've done for you? Think again." He was making it clear that he wasn't going to disappear quietly. John also directed some harsh words at Tyson's critics. He challenged anyone who doubted him to face him directly. "Let them men come and meet me face to face. "I'll eat Froch alive. I'll eat Bellew alive," he said, referring to Carl Froch and Tony Bellew, two boxing figures who had been critical of his behavior. John was ready to take on anyone who questioned his role or his methods.
Tyson's in this frame of mind now, where he's getting knocked out.
How many rounds, Sean?
It'll be over before 7.
He even brought up some old grudges, saying, "By the way, Bellew got his ass handed to him by a bantamweight when he was young called Michael Gomez. Michael Gomez flattened him, my mate from Manchester." John was digging up history to make his point that he wasn't someone to be messed with. His threats weren't just limited to words. John Fury's body language and demeanor during the confrontation were just as aggressive. He was reported to have said, "I'm here and I'm ready. I'm not stepping back from anyone." It was clear that he was challenging anyone and everyone to come at him if they thought they could handle it. The whole situation was a mess, really. On one hand, you have Tyson trying to focus on his career and potentially making tough decisions for his own good. On the other hand, you've got John, who's been a huge part of his life and career, feeling betrayed and lashing out. It's the kind of drama that you just can't make up.
And I'm ready, and I'm stepping back from no man, no matter who they are.
So Froch thinks that John Fury's behavior had a massive impact on Tyson's performance against Usyk. He believes that John's antics were more than just a distraction. They were downright detrimental. According to Froch, when you're in the middle of a fight, especially one as big as this, you need a calm, focused corner. But what Tyson got was the complete opposite. Froch pointed out that John's shouting and over-the-top behavior in the corner made it almost impossible for Tyson to concentrate on Sugar Hill's instructions. "Two people cannot be heard at the same time in a close battle," Froch said. "Imagine trying to focus on your coach's strategy while your dad is yelling over him. It's chaos." Froch even suggested that this chaos might have been the difference between winning and losing for Tyson. He also mentioned how John's actions outside the ring didn't help either. The headbutt incident with Usyk's team member was just embarrassing and added unnecessary tension. Froch said, John Fury's antics in the corner might have meant the difference between victory and defeat. It's clear that Froch believes John's behavior was a major factor in Tyson's loss. And then there's Michael Bisping, who didn't mince words about the situation either. Bisping, a former UFC champion and now a well-known commentator, had some harsh criticism for John Fury and the whole setup in Tyson's corner. Bisping called the corner work a complete disaster. He pointed out that a fight corner needs to be a place of calm and clear communication, especially in high-stakes matches like this one. But what we saw was anything but that. According to Bisping, John Fury's yelling over Sugar Hill created a chaotic environment that was far from helpful. "You're sitting there getting contradicting advice when you need a cool, composed corner," Bisping said. So, what are your thoughts on all of this? Let us know in the comments below.